Welcome to another Revel University video tutorial. This video will show you how to switch your new Meraki access point from the Ubiquiti access points that are no longer supported by Revel. It's good to do this outside of normal business hours to ensure that you don't lose any data. However, if you need to make the change during business hours, be sure that all credit card payments have been captured and sent to the processor, otherwise you could lose data. Let's start by locating your Ubiquiti access point along with your Revel router and switch. Your setup should look something like this diagram, but note that your router or access point could look different. You may also have multiple access points, in which case you'll need to repeat the following steps as many times as necessary. First, let's look at the Ubiquiti access point. It should have one Ethernet cable plugged into the black box called the PoE injector. The PoE injector has another cable which is connected directly to the router or indirectly through a switch. Either way, let's unplug the cable from the PoE injector that is plugged into the LAN port. If you haven't done so already, unbox your new Meraki access point and PoE injector. The cable we just unplugged will be plugged into the Meraki black PoE box port labeled LAN in. Now you can plug the Meraki PoE box into the power source and unplug the Ubiquiti. Please note, your POS will now be offline. If you wish to have your POS stay online, follow these steps, but you'll need to use new Ethernet cables rather than using the cables plugged into your Ubiquiti. Next, let's remove the other cable from the Ubiquiti PoE port. This cable should still be connected to the access point. To remove the back casing from the access point, simply push down and twist counterclockwise. Unplug the cable from the Ubiquiti access point and grab your Meraki access point. Remove the bottom plate by squeezing and pulling. Once the cover is removed, plug in the cable and replace the cover. Then take the other end of the Ethernet cable and plug it into the Meraki PoE box port labeled Power plus Data Out. Now that all cables are connected to the Meraki and power source, on the side of the Meraki you'll see different colored lights appear as it powers on and updates. This could take up to 10 minutes or more depending on your internet connection. Once the light turns solid green or blue, it is done and ready to connect to devices. Once devices are connected to your new Meraki access point, the light will turn blue, indicating devices are successfully connected. Make sure to double-check each iPad has reconnected to the Revel Wi-Fi network. To check the network status on each iPad, exit the Revel app and go to Settings, the gray gear icon. Tap Wi-Fi and make sure your iPad is connected to the Revel network. This should be labeled with Rev, R-E-V, followed by your URL name. If an iPad is connected to a different Wi-Fi network, tap the blue I on the right and forget this network. Then the iPad should reconnect to the Revel Wi-Fi network. Once all iPads are connected to the network, for safe measure, be sure to refresh all of them to ensure they're all connected and syncing as they should. At this point, you should be all set with your access points converted to the more secure Meraki access points. If you have additional questions, please visit the related knowledge base articles or video tutorials linked below, or contact support. Thanks for watching another Revel University video tutorial.